Alright folks, so this is going to be the last Mira episode for the foreseeable future, and it's going to be a big one, so let's do this.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company.
You're brooding.
I am not.
I like brooding.
I was thinking about when we went to the ruin, when we found the badge. Everything seemed clear then. Like I could do anything with you at my side. Anything. That's a hard word, you know. Means a lot.
You mean a lot. Let's get out of here.
You need to know that I'm not worthy of you. There's no future for us with me as a warden.
You don't know tomorrow any better than I do. One moment at a time.
Then for now, let there be nothing else. No one else. Just you and me.
Blackwall?
They made her short again for her roll in the hay. Literal roll in the hay. But what are you gonna do? Still beautiful, of course. A message from Blackwall. There is little I can say that will ease this pain. Just know that while it hurt to leave, it would have hurt more if I stayed. I am deeply sorry. What a state of shock and anger and sadness and all of that she must be feeling.
The Spy Master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
When we were together, he seemed troubled. I should have seen this coming.
Here, I have something that may help. Sister Leliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
A crumpled sheet of paper. It looks like it was removed from a recent report to Sister Liliana. Lieutenant Cyril Mornay, one of the soldiers responsible for the Callier massacre of 937, was captured in Leeds. Like the others who were arrested for their involvement, Mornay insists that he did not know who he was assassinating, and that he was just following the orders of his captain. This captain, Thom Rainier, is still at large. Mornay is to be executed within the week in Val Royeaux. Looks like she's heading to Val Royeaux then. Okay, so before we head over there, just a heads up that I'm using a mod that I'm sure some people aren't gonna love, but I like it, and I think if it's the story, I'll explain why here in a little bit. But let's head over there.
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Very well.
So we're just waiting for Blackwall to turn up, right?
Look at all these people. I thought we were more civilized than this.
Proceed.
Stop!
A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Blackwall!
No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am.
You, after all this time.
It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Thom Rainier.
The Winter Palace assaulted. Duchess Florian disgraced.
Can you believe it? Thom Rainier himself.
This is devastating.
You must know something about Rainier.
I know what everyone knows. He'll hang for the massacre of a noble and his family.
Where did they take the prisoner?
In the jail of the marketplace. If you've goodbyes to say them now. It's a damned mess, but believe you me, it'll be sorted out quick. Lots of people can't wait to see that man swing. Guess not.
Yeah, of course she doesn't want to see him swing. She's freaking out. Okay, so Warden of the North, no beard, Blackwall. I see it like this. So what if he grew the beard just as another way to hide his identity? So he shaves it off like a symbolic unmasking now that he's revealing the person he truly is. I love the iconic Blackwall beard, don't get me wrong, but I also like this 5 o'clock shadow look too, and now when Mira looks at him, it's really stark of like, who is this man I fell in love with, you know? Storytelling through facial hair. Anyways, let's go confront him.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
Why did you lie to me?
I never meant to lie to you. And when I did, I couldn't take it back. You weren't supposed to find me. You were just supposed to think I was gone. I didn't want you to see me like this.
You wanted me to think you left me? That you were dead or worse? You'd break my heart and call it better.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster. Wouldn't you be happier thinking I was a nobleman? A Grey Warden? Instead of this, I would have saved you the pain of learning that all you knew about me was a lie. That you loved a lie.
There was truth to what we had, and there is good in you. I have to believe that.
I didn't think we had anything more to talk about.
I need to know the details of what you did. Who you killed, why.
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, all for gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celine's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celine or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
That shouldn't be how wars are fought. There's no need.
War is unfair, and the sky is blue. But you're right. There was no need for what I did.
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question, just as your men trust you.
I'm not forcing my men to commit crimes.
I cannot argue with that.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing. A waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valchavan for the joining. But Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a darkspawn, and fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
We went there, where you were ambushed. We retrieved your badge. It was never really yours, was it?
No. It belonged to him. I was going to tell you the truth. When we went there, I wanted to explain why I couldn't be with you. But you found Blackwall's badge and I lost my nerve. You wanted me to be him. I wanted to be him. To even imagine that I could replace that man.
It was a heroic act, stepping between you and a darkspawn.
I wasn't worthy. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valchavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, There's no proof that I'd been recruited. That I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
That's all for now.
It's a lot to take in. I mean, the crime is bad. He killed innocent people, including children. That would be difficult for Meravas to forgive.
I have Liliana's report on Thom Rainier.
Give me the overview.
Looks like our friend was once a respected captain in the Imperial Orlesian army. Before the Civil War, he was turned, persuaded to assassinate one of Celine's biggest supporters. He led a group of fiercely loyal men on this mission, and told them nothing of it. His men took the fall for him. A few lucky ones, like Mornay, managed to escape. I'm sorry. I know what he meant to you.
This is helpful, or at least educational.
Don't blame yourself. We all made this mistake. What do we do now? Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
If it were up to you, what would happen?
What he did to the men under his command was unacceptable. He betrayed their trust, betrayed ours. I despise him for it. And yet he fought as a warden, joined the Inquisition, gave his blood for our cause. And the moment he shakes off his past, he turns around and owns up to it. Why?
He did it for me.
Then only you can decide if he succeeded.
She's upset, but she's definitely not gonna leave him here.
Have Rainier released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our options back at Skyhold.
It's an interesting moral dilemma, you know? How many praiseworthy actions does it take to make up for a blameworthy one? We'll see. Heading to the war table now. There are a few different ways that we can get Blackwall released to us. One of them is a separate operation where Liliana just offers to break him out, which I don't really think Meravas would go for that. She'd want something a bit more legitimate, so we're gonna go with Thom Rainier's fate. And the options are... First, 2 problems, 1 solution. There was a traitor to our cause, a man similar in build and appearance to Rainier. We bind and gag him and have him take Rainier's place. He's condemned instead. No. Cullen says, let's just storm the prison. Not that either. So Josie says, I can request a special dispensation from the Orlesian throne, allowing Thom Rainier to be transferred to Inquisition custody. This may anger some, but after Halam Sharal, they owe us a favor. And this is definitely the most non-violent option. Josephine says that they asked a few questions, but he's ready for judgment. No pressure. It's not every day that you're called upon to judge the love of your life for murder, treason, and identity theft. But here she goes. She's gonna take it seriously, of course, but she also has a big heart, so that's certainly going to sway her decision here.
For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Thom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated? The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
I wish there'd been another way, but my options were limited.
You could have left me there. I accepted my punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
She doesn't want him to keep lying, and honestly, there's probably a part of her that's relieved he's not a warden. That life is hard and is cut short, so yeah, she's gonna forgive him.
You have your freedom.
It cannot be as simple as that.
It isn't. You're free to atone as the man you are, not the traitor you thought you were, or the warden you pretended to be.
It will take time. You would accept that? And what I used to be? I lied about who I was, but I never lied about what I felt. No matter what I was or what becomes of me, right now, I'm just a man with his heart laid bare. I leave it in your hands.
Ooh, the big question. Yeah.
I don't know where we'll end up, but I'm willing to give us a chance.
I don't know how to be with you as Thom Rainier.
We'll figure it out.
Together.
This man better be so grateful that Mira is the person she is. But first, let's get some friends' reactions.
We reached the climax.
Not just us.
Oh, you. This could be serious. Perhaps there will be gowns.
The signs are there. They'll be sewing in Val Royal even now.
They are fools for it, as am I.
They are the loudest gossips. They're so bad at it.
The name breaks free, pulls the pain with it. A black wall to shield the self when the sky is rainier.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
Gotta love the wordplay.
We'll see.
Are you sure?
There she is.
Can't wait, what's on? What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people? Right, which ones?
You know which one.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
Right, Warden. Good liar, that one. Should give lessons. Suppose he kind of did. Soldiers do nasty shit. Knew you'd let him stay. I like him too. Not like you. Too beardy and, I suppose, parts.
Well, not so beardy anymore, but okay.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
I think the only other person who has something to say is Vivian, and then she'll go talk to the man himself.
How may I help you?
What are your thoughts about the others in the Inquisition?
Blackwall surprised me. I never would have thought him capable of carrying off such deception. He's a lucky man. Few women would have forgiven such a lie. Let's hope he lives up to your faith in him.
She's not wrong.
My lady.
Is there anything you actually know about the Wardens? Or did you make it all up?
I made very little up. I also feared you knew enough to contradict me. Warden Blackwall told me a bit before my initiation, but it is a secretive order. Not even the most senior wardens know all there is to know.
She's definitely happy that he's not hearing the calling, so she's not gonna rub that in his face.
Why did Blackwall want to recruit you?
He never told me. I don't know what he saw that day besides some wreck starting a bar fight. That night, I taught some village militia a painful lesson about harassing the tavern girl. Didn't know I had an audience.
I can see why the Warden was impressed.
You're assuming my intentions were noble. Told the girl to keep the wine coming. She couldn't, not with those louts bothering her. Something had to be done.
We'll continue this another time.
Actually, right now.
Your wish, my lady.
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
Everyone needs something to aspire to.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
We need to discuss our relationship.
Is something the matter?
Yeah, things are not very certain here, not in the most stable ground.
What do you think will happen to us after all this?
A house? A dog? Do you think that mark of yours could be used for cooking eggs? Or we could just continue as we are. No eggs necessary. As long as you're by my side, I don't care what happens.
Okay, you're definitely getting kissed for that.
If you keep on like this, I might get used to it.
And they lived happily ever after. Though there is going to be someone suspiciously a lot like her who pops up in about 10 years.